true. That's a very truthful and sincere question. So many are reciting salawat, but they don't have real love. If the love is tested a little bit, that time they're going to see what kind of faith they have. I know people, they're so fake reciting salawat, but if somebody disturb their peace a little bit, shout or walk in front of them, they get, straight away they stop their salawats and start screaming at that person, cursing at that person. What kind of love is that? How are you going to begin to love the Prophet ﷺ? Very easy. Find that one who is representing the Prophet and love him. Find his waris and love him. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, obey Allah, obey the Prophet, and obey your rightly guided leaders. Be with the Salihin. Once you start following a friend of Allah, a successor of the Prophet, once you start serving and loving him and knowing how to submit, that's the time your love for the Prophet ﷺ will start to grow. And when that love starts to grow, that's the time when you understand the greatness of Allah. How Allah is so great that you start to feel shame before the greatness of Allah. You start to feel shame not only of your wrong actions and intentions, you start to feel shame of your right actions and intentions. You start to feel shame of your worship. You start to feel shame saying that you love, because Allah is so great. Yeah, step by step. Our intention is to understand how great Allah is. So, to begin the love of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, sit and be with a friend of Allah. Learn that love and that submission. And that time, your love will start to grow. That time, you start being sincere. And that time, when you start following someone, then you can know for certain if you really love or you don't. Like the poet is saying, what? What is the poet saying? I forget it all the time. Do you know? I never knew love until what? I never knew love until I met you. And I never knew what a hypocrite I am until I started loving you. What can I give you? Anything I can give you. All the treasures, everything. It's like putting water into the ocean. That poem continues. That's enough for a sincere person. You want to test your love? Then carry what they carried. All Sahaba Kiram carried what the Prophet ﷺ carried, didn't they? Carry the work, carry each other, carry each other's burdens. I'm not even saying, oh, now you need to carry each other's burdens. Just at least be nice to each other. Be patient more to each other. Don't judge each other more. Forgive each other more. Build muhabbat to each other. And that time you start building love for the Prophet ﷺ. People now are judging immediately, or when they know that they're right and someone is wrong, they come down so hard on them. Huh? They start giving out ayats and everything, condemning them or warning them, being very strict with them. Maybe that one made a mistake. Especially if someone made a mistake and say, I'm sorry. Who are you now? You're going to be so hard on that one? Don't you make mistakes? We make mistakes. And Allah is always saying, okay, I'm paraphrasing again. So many ayats Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, okay, person does this wrong. This is the punishment. He is wrong, you are right. You may punish him. But, always Allah is saying what? But if you forgive, it is better for you. Only if you believe in it. Only if you know it. If you only know it. Yeah? So, inshallah Rahman, we want our love to be sincere. Love is not just pulling a tasbih to say Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina. And we're saying very simple things, but very deep oceans that our Shaykh is speaking about. Because it is coming from Holy Prophet ﷺ. One time when I was traveling, this past time, speaking about Shaykh, speaking about tariqat, I know there are a couple of Wahhabis around, so I have to be very thorough and very concise, try to grab their attention because they cannot. I have to read them very carefully before speaking, and during speaking, and after speaking. I have to be very careful, as much careful as you are. If people are donkeys, they're donkeys. Anyway, he's saying, brother, why are you telling us to follow a man? Why don't you just tell us to follow the Quran and Sunnah? I say, you idiot. This man is teaching us Quran and Sunnah, right? You have not been listening all this time. You see, but they're stuck there. No, not man, Quran and Sunnah. La hawla wala. What do you think Quran and Sunnah is? A book? 2 books that you can get from Barnes and Nobles that you open and you follow? What did Holy Prophet ﷺ say to the man who says, Ya Rasulullah, I love you? That so many millions now, maybe billions, are claiming right now in this month, oh Prophet, I love you. Huh? Isn't it? So many Ahli Sunnah, Ashka Rasul, Ashka Nabi. They say we love so much. And Prophet is saying to this man, replying to this man who said, Ya Rasulullah, I love you. What did he say? He said, prepare yourself for hardship. Prepare yourself for hardship if you love me. So many times a little bit of hardship comes, you see how much their heart changes, and they waver, and they leave. That's not real love. And real love is not to expect. Prophet didn't say, if you love me, then prepare yourself for paradise. He didn't say, prepare yourself for divine presence, which so many wrong ones are teaching now. If you love Prophet, you're going to be in divine presence, you're going to be this, you can get mystical secrets, all these things. Prophet ﷺ said simply, very clearly, if you love me, prepare yourself for hardship. If you're in hardship, both batin and zahir and batin, whatever is going on inside, you're going through hardship, or outside physically, you're going through some hardship, because you're trying to follow this way of the Prophet ﷺ. Then that time, you may be a bit more happy to know that you're following what the Prophet is saying and you're experiencing what he said you will experience if you love him. May Allah not test us, but may Allah give us more strength and more sincerity.